What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This video we are looking at the NFL Prizepicks plays for Week 8 Sunday slate. We got 13 games on the 1 o'clock, or on the main slate this week. So let's go ahead and get into it. We got a ton of props to pick from. No team is on a bye this week, so we got a few extra games on this Sunday 1 or 4 o'clock slate. Let's get started. As always, if you enjoy the videos, please share with the like button, subscribe. If you haven't already, you can check out other links in the description. Leave a comment what you think. If you have any other recommendations, other players that you like, put them down below. But let's go ahead and talk about this one. So first prop that we are looking at, it's already moved up. It was at 6, now it's at 6.5. That is Adam Thielen receptions. I mean, he's been free basically almost the entire year. It's been the main target for Bryce Young every single week. He's getting insane amount of targets, 11 catches, 3 out of his last 4 weeks. Very encouraging. We got Bryce Young and CJ Stroud, the two top picks, battling it out. So Bryce Young's going to want to play well. He doesn't want to, already so far this year, CJ Stroud looks way better than Bryce Young, but Young's probably going to be looking to bring his A game in this one. It's at home in Carolina. I think it'll be somewhat close. I don't see Carolina getting blown out by like 2-3 touchdowns. So give me 6.5 over receptions for Adam Thielen. He's getting short catches. He's getting intermediate. He's getting touchdowns as well. He's just doing it all. I didn't take this one, but I do like Thielen and Schultz over receptions as well on the other side. He's been 3 straight weeks with a touchdown for him, building chemistry with CJ Stroud. Other receptions over that I'm looking at is going to Jacksonville. They get a really good spot this week playing against the Steelers, who are really bad against the pass, one of the worst in the league. So you got Calvin Ridley at 4 catches, Christian Kirk's at 4.5. I think both look good. You think you can target both guys today. Ridley's been terrible in almost every game this week except for week 1 and against that Buffalo Bills in the beginning of October. Otherwise, he's been terrible in terms of yardage, barely getting targets. This week, they're going to be looking to throw a lot. Steelers have a good front 7. They're good against the run. So I expect Doug Peterson game plan to be throwing pass heavy this week. So give me Calvin Ridley over 4 catches. Going over to receiving yards, you got some other ones that look pretty good here. First one that we are looking to is we are going over to Minnesota. We are taking, you got some options here, whether you go Jordan Addison, whether you go KJ Osborne. I'm going TJ Hawkinson over 54.5 receiving yards. He's just a security blanket for Kirk Cousins. He's super involved, especially without Justin Jefferson. You got a rivalry game against the Packers. Vikings look like they might be looking to tank after starting off the season winless, but beating the 49ers last week, they're right in there. I mean, they're not out of it by any means after winning 3 games now. So got to like the Vikings to play well and probably get the win against the Packers. The Packers haven't looked good. Losing to Denver, pretty embarrassing. Not able to score. Not able to move the ball against Denver's terrible defense. So, I don't think they'll have a ton of success here. I think the Vikings are going to continue doing what they have been doing, and that's be pass heavy, rely on Kirk Cousins, even in a tough matchup against the 49ers. They had no issue moving the ball up and down the field. The fourth prop that we are looking at is another over reception prop, and I think this one, or receiving yards prop, this one you could take his receptions if you wanted to. That's Kendrick Bourne. It's at, I went to Thielen. Looking at Kendrick Bourne here, he went from playing 50 to 60% of snaps in the first couple of weeks of the season, and last 2 he's been playing starter level, 90+% of snaps for him. He's looked really good. I think the 4 catches look solid. He's also a guy that could break off a decent gain, so I'm taking the over 45.5 receiving yards. Matchup against Miami, they're going to be looking to throw a lot because they're almost 10-point underdogs in this one. They'll probably get behind early or maybe at some point and have to resort to the passing game. And Miami's defense, I mean, they will allow teams to put up points and allow teams to move the ball through the air. So I'm taking Kendrick Bourne over receiving yards. Fifth prop, we are going over to Philadelphia, and we are taking Devontae Smith. It's about time Smitty has a good game. He's had 2 good games to start off the year, and since then it's been a lot of just mediocre to poor games out of him. Where is his receiving yards? Taking him at 51.5. It's low. because he hasn't been playing well, but even though he's had a couple drops recently, matchup is really good against Commanders defense. He had 7 catches, 78 yards against them earlier this year, and I think 51.5 is very doable. Could have it done in one play with how sometimes Devontae Smith can have those big plays, and Hurts has looked better throwing recently, so matter of time before Devontae Smith has a big game, and I don't want to miss it. And then for the 6th and final prop, we are going back to Jacksonville and give me Christian Kirk over receiving yards. He's been super impressive recently, ever since he had a bad week 1. Otherwise, he's been the number 1 weapon for them, targeting kind of leapfrog Calvin Ridley in that regard, and it's been him, Evan Ingram, been the 2 guys that he's been counted on that have been producing, and especially with Zay Jones still being out, it's going to be Christian Kirk. It's going to be, hopefully, Ridley finally emerges this week. I'm kind of banking on it, taking his over receptions, but those are the 6 props that I like. Over 6.5 for catches for Adam Thielen, 4 receptions more for Calvin Ridley, 54.5 receiving yards. TJ Hawkinson, 45.5 receiving yards for Kendrick Bourne over, and over 51.5 for Devontae Smith, and over 55.5 for Christian Kirk. So 6 props. You can split it up if you wanted to, write them all together, whatever floats your boat. But best of luck. Hopefully we go 5-1, if not better. I'm looking for a 6-0 sweep, honestly. But catch you all next time. Like I said, leave any questions, comments down below, and I will catch you all next time.